civil services aptitude test, right? As per CSAT, when when we examined this CSAT paper, I realized that they give you these basic topics. First is numbers, then second part would be arithmetic, third part geometry and mensuration, yeah, and then fourth part we call it counting. So when we talk about counting, I'll give you the details of counting as well. All right, counting, and then the fourth part comes out to be reasoning. Fifth part, sorry, comes out to be reasoning. So for past so many years, I have been analyzing this paper, and I realized that this is what they provide: numbers, arithmetic, geometry and mensuration. It's their choice. Last year, geometry and mensuration was not a very big part, right? Counting and reasoning, right? So this is the basic components of CSAT. Along with that, they give you verbal reasoning. Now, as far as verbal reasoning is concerned, I haven't seen much of verbal reasoning other than reading comprehensions, right? Reading comprehensions. To be very frank to you, reading comprehension is a part which I've seen time and again coming in the paper. Other than that, you realize that not much of verbal reasoning. All right. So if you want to note it down, please you can note it down, guys. Yes. Good afternoon, Sadhna and Lakshita and Priyanshu. Great, Ankita, Manisha. I hope video is now available, all of you. Hmm? All of you guys, I think video would be available. I think yes, it is available. I do think so. Huh? So it's working now, huh, guys. So now listen to me. You have to analyze a paper to crack it. All right, you have to analyze a paper to crack it. When we talk about numbers, we call I see unit digits a lot of time. I see a lot of factors in the questions. I see number of zeros in the questions, and I see remainders. All right. And arithmetic, when we talk about arithmetic, I would find a lot of percentages, ratios, mixtures, and stuff like that. I haven't seen simple interest and compound interest, but we just never know. So we just do each and every topic, profit and loss. All right. Then comes time and work. This is their favorite topic, and then comes time and distance. These are few topics that generally come in your paper, right? Generally come in your paper. So time and work is a part of arithmetic, time and distance is a part of arithmetic, simple interest, compound interest, mixtures, ratios, percentages, profit loss. We have seen a lot of questions over there. And when we talk about geometry and mensurations, generally a lot of figures, as well as Pythagoras theorem. I don't know. They have inclination to put a lot of Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem would always be a part of it, right? Pythagoras theorem. I've seen a lot of time. Huh? Then comes counting. Now this is amazing. This counting would generally be permutation, combination, probability, and arithmetic and geometric progression. I don't know. Most of organizations miss on this part, but if you realize we have actually been doing it in the classroom. And then comes reasoning. In terms of reasoning, I must specifically say a lot of picture reasoning, is concerned. And then data sufficiency. Last year there were 3 4 questions from data sufficiency, and I would say data interpretation. I would take it as a part of reasoning only, as well as puzzles, which exactly would be kind of setting arrangements or maybe circular arrangements or other puzzles. So this exactly is your exam components, right? So you realize that last year what happened is generally they give you 80 questions, and most of people were actually very happy because out of 80, 40 were from mental ability side and 40 were from English. So anyhow, even I find English to be really easy, and this was mental ability, right? But last year what happened was they changed it to 55 questions on mental ability, and remaining 25 were for English. So most of the people were not able to crack this paper, guys. Really, most of the people were not able to crack this paper for the same reason. So let me see how many of you are joining in, guys. Huh? I think Sadhana, now you would be able to see me as well. Mondas, Ishita, Deepak, Rohan, good afternoon to all of you. And a lot of centers also are joining in. Most welcome. Huh? So guys, I have given you specific logic about what exactly CSAT is. See, CSAT has a lot of components, so I am very, very specific about these components. First is numbers. When we talk about CSAT, second is arithmetic, third is geometry, fourth is fundamentals of counting, fifth is reasoning, and then a lot of questions would come from reading comprehensions as well. But last year things were changed. So and yes, a lot of people actually struggled after last year because they realized that CSAT is not only all about English. So this may be a paper we'll just have to clear it, but now it is tough. With last year's proposition, 55 questions from mental ability, a lot of people have actually scummed, right? And 25 from English RCs. So guys, please, do take this paper very, very seriously because you just cannot just ignore it. Now, generally, I would always start with the numbers. So, numbers is essence for mathematics, actually, to be very frank to you. And for a long, long time, I've been telling students to be very serious, take numbers very, very seriously. And last year, there were direct 7 to 9 questions from this topic, and most of us had done that kind of questions, right, guys? So let me see, everyone is happy, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Guys, good afternoon. Kashish and George and Manisha and Narendra. I don't know why you're not able to see me. I think I'm visible, huh, guys? All right. So now, let's talk about numbers. So first of all, guys, you should know what exactly is number system. So I would say just go with me. This is natural numbers. Natural numbers generally are represented by n, which is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all counting numbers till infinity. So you have to understand the proposition. So definitely, somebody needed to count. So they started with natural numbers, which means they wanted to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on those. So a lot of form, but counting remained same. So that was natural. And then second comes whole. What are whole numbers? We represented by W. So somebody thought that there has to be a number that has to represent nothing, isn't it? So 0 came into play. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. 0 comes into play. So you realize who was that somebody? Aryabhatta. He started with the 0. So a 0 is invented, they say, by an Indian. His name is Aryabhatta. So what does 0 represent? 0 represents nothing, isn't it? But definitely, representing nothing also gives you a lot. How? See this? 1. And 1 0 becomes 10. And 2 zeros become 100. 3 zeros become 1000, and so on. This is the way you want to grow in your life. So 0 representing nothing also is really, really important in our life, right? Then third is integers. Integers. What are integers? Represented by I. So they say it's minus infinity to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, till infinity. And you realize that most of the time, a lot of people tell me, sir, integers are minus infinity to infinity. I would say this is a wrong representation. No, we don't say it is minus infinity to infinity. So please, guys, realize the importance. Now, please realize the importance, all of you. See this. First three numbers, first three categories, I would say no fraction, no decimal, right? So when we say natural numbers, I say 1, 2, 3 up till infinity, all counting numbers, which means no fractions, no decimals, whole numbers. 0 included in natural numbers, so I include 0 over here. I include 0 over here. In natural, I get whole. And once I want integers, I only include negative portion of the positive whole numbers. All right. So you realize first three categories, no fraction, no decimals. And I know most of you would be good at it, but there would be few who might not be aware of it. All right. So I hope this is clear, guys. Natural, whole, integers. Then comes the fourth category. We call it rational. So rational. What are rational numbers, guys? Rational numbers are represented by Q. Numbers of the form P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0, denominator is not equal to 0. P and Q should belong to integers, and HCF of P and Q is 1. Kindly make a note of it. This is important. So guys, anyone having any problem? Good afternoon. Good guys. I think Mr. Rajavu, I think you would be able to see me now. Ritik, good afternoon to all of you. So now, is it clear, guys? A yes or a no from your side makes my day, huh? So good enough if you respond to me. So what do you mean by q not equal to 0? Now please, everything written has a meaning. Q not equal to 0. If denominator is 0, fraction becomes indeterminate, cannot be determined. Fraction becomes indeterminate. All right. Why p and q are integers? Because fractions can be negative. Fractions can be negative. Fractions can be negative. Important. Okay. And why HCF of p and q is 1? Since our childhood, we have been doing this. Listen to me. HCF of p and q, we never did 5 upon 25. We never wrote our answer like this. We cancelled our 5. We wrote 1 upon 5. We have been cancelling the common factors. Still, there is no common factor. That's the reason we say that common factor of numerator and denominator is 1, because we cancel off all the common factors. So I hope now this is clear. Rational numbers, guys, just let me know. All of you, all good? Yeah, Srinath, hello, Vaibhav, sir, hello, Meenal, good afternoon. Karan, some problem from your side, man. Otherwise, everyone is able to hear me properly. So, guys, rational number, is it clear? So, if this be clear, let me move forward. Fifth, irrational. What are irrational numbers, right? Numbers, there are a few definitions over here. First is numbers that are not rational, which exactly is very, very rational definition, isn't it? Numbers that are not rational would be irrational as per the sound, isn't it? So I can say real numbers. Real numbers that are not rational would be irrational. Clear? Or someone says numbers that cannot be put in the form of p by q. Numbers that cannot be put in the form of p upon q, which means exactly this formation. Numbers that cannot be put in form of p by q basically means to say is numbers that are not rational. But if you want to recognize it, I would say decimals that are non-terminating, decimals that are non-terminating and non-recurring. Decimals that are non-terminating and non-recurring. So you have to understand, if you want to recognize what are irrational numbers, I think the last definition would be the best definition. The last definition would actually be the best definitions. Decimals that are non-terminating and non-recurring. Non-terminating is the decimal that does not finish off. Non-recurring means which does not recur. For example, now you see example 0.483 bar. Right? What is this? This is a decimal that is non-terminating, but recurring, isn't it? But recurring. For example, this would be 0.483, 83, 83, 83 till infinity. So this is not irrational. This is not irrational. All right. So what exactly is irrational? Something like this: 0.48300156339998354111632111178 and so on. So this is something amazing. This number, if I've written it on screen, does exist. And if this number does exist, you have to realize, sir, this is non-terminating. Sir, this is non-recurring. See, non-terminating, yes, true. Non-recurring, yes, true. There is no regular pattern of recurrence, like there was a regular pattern of recurrence over here, 83, 83, 83, and 83. So there is no regular pattern of recurrence over here. So this is your irrational number. This is your irrational number. Kindly make a note of it, guys. Just I hope I'm not too fast. Okay. So let me see. Most of you are giving good afternoon, Darward Center. Good to hear from you, all of you guys. Let me see most of your understanding. Yes, Srinath, I'm able to see all of you. All right. All right, Joy Prakash. Audio, I think audio is working. All right, guys, huh? So we are through with it. Good enough, huh? All of you. We are aware of irrational now, huh? We are aware of rational. We are aware of irrational. Examples of irrational numbers. Definitely, root of 2, root of 3, root of 5. You check out on your calculator, no exact value. Pi is approximate value is 22 by 7, right? And many of the logarithmics, log of 2, log of 3, and so on, right? These are the examples of irrational numbers. Clear? So we know what are irrational now, and irrational numbers are represented by q star. That is the representation, q star. So good enough, guys, huh? If this be true, then I can say the last thing is real numbers. What are real numbers? Real numbers are rational plus irrational. Rational plus irrational, or we say q plus q star. All right, or we say minus infinity to infinity, which means exactly what are real numbers? All numbers. All numbers are real numbers. Make a note of it, guys. Make a note of it, huh? Do let me know if I'm too fast, huh? All of you. Guys, I think you are able to hear me now. Good afternoon, Ankita. Yes. Karan, Jeevan, good, guys. Good to hear from you. So let me, draw it now. Real number system. Please pay attention now. See, if this represents a set of natural numbers, you add 0, you get a set of whole numbers. You add negatives, you get integers. Now listen to me. Every integer is rational. Sir, how is it possible? Now I have made a statement. Every integer is a rational number. Every integer is a rational number. So you may answer, how is it possible? Just pick up an integer. Minus 3 and as integer. Minus 3 can be written as minus 3 upon 1. See, p upon q. Form of p upon q. So every integer is a rational number. Irrational numbers are totally different. And rational plus irrational becomes real. This is your number system. Please keep these small issues in your mind. All right, guys, good enough? All of you, good? Just a minute, let me see. Good afternoon. Still good afternoon is going on. Sadhna, good. So Jeet, I hope there would be problem from your side. Not from my side. My side is working well now. Huh? Then sir, see, whatsoever we do, we have to have a real reason behind it. Now, important issue, sir, 0.483 bar. What is this? This was not irrational, which means this is a rational number. And if it is a rational number, you have to put it in terms of P upon Q. And this was your question. This type was your question last year. This type came last year. Yes, it came last year. So now listen to me. So the trick, all of you, please pay attention. The trick. So whenever you have a number with bar, 0.483 bar, write the whole number 483 minus the number, now please pay attention, minus the number which does not have a bar, which means minus 4 upon as many numbers, not as many numbers having bars. See this. So there are two numbers having bars. So put two nines. So 9, 9. And number not having bar, put 0 upon 990. So your answer is 479 upon 990. Please pay attention. See, important last year question came from here. I'll tell you what exactly the question was. So if you have understood, just let me know a yes or a no. Guys, got it, huh? All of you got it? Good, guys. Good to hear from you. So again, one more example, sir. So I say 0.173 bar. Now only one number is having bar. And the trick works for 0 point something, right? So the trick is working for 0 point something, right? This is important. This is a great observation. 0 point something it's working on, huh? So 0.173 bar. So it is 173 minus the number not having bar minus 17, huh? Minus 17 upon the numbers having bar, just one number, that is 9. Numbers not having bar, These are 2, 0 and 0. So 173 minus 17 upon 900. Now 173 minus 17 you have to do. So why don't you minus 20? 153 plus 3, huh? 156 upon 900. Is it okay, guys? Now you tell me. Good to hear from you, Kushagra. Good to hear from you. Seeing you guys after a long time, huh? Clear, guys? Hey, guys, you have to. Do you have my number, guys? Huh? Yes. Good afternoon, Manisha. Great. See, audio and video is going perfect. Rafus Chaudhary, you are here. Good. Ankit, good from all of you. All right. Now, all of you. So things are working well, huh? So we are aware of this. So this was, question number 1. This was question number 2. So they can give you this kind of a question. I say, what is 0.37 bar? So definitely, sir, 37 minus nothing, isn't it? 0 upon how many nines? 1 and 2. So 99. So your answer is 37 upon 99. So easy. Huh? For example, I say what would be 0.2 bar plus 0.3 bar plus 0.4 bar? Huh? So it is, sir, 2 upon 9 plus 3 upon 9 plus 4 upon 9, which is 9 upon 9, which is equal to 1. Wow. So which means the numbers with bar, when add up, they can give you an integer as well. Isn't it? They may ask you this question as well, because they are asking you aptitude in terms of reasoning, isn't it? So see, 2 upon 9 plus 3 upon 9 plus 4 upon 9, 9 upon 9 is 1. Huh? Clear, guys? And last year, what they asked was this 1.273 bar. He said, put this in terms of P upon Q. So, guys, I'm giving you this. All of you, let me know. Taran, class is working properly from our end. Things are really good from our end. Come on, guys, just let me know, huh? All of you. Hey, still good afternoon, guys. Smita, level of maths in CSAT has been very good. I'm telling you, you just cannot ignore it now. The level has been so good. Last paper was awesome. Guys, I'm telling you, it may be a very tough proposition to clear CSAT, okay? So now comes the issue which has to be addressed. And realize our trick. Now listen, you have to be smart enough to understand. Our trick was working on 0 point something, isn't it? But here comes 1 point something. So why can't we write it as 1 plus 0.273 bar, which is 1 plus 273 minus 2 upon 990, guys, which means it is 1 plus 271 upon 990, isn't it? So 1 times 271 and 990 is your answer. Come on. Did you miss this trick, huh? See how smartly they have put this on. And for past 3-4 years, I've been telling people to do this way. Yes, I have been informing my students. People, those who have appeared last time and you are my student, you know we have done it in classes. This is where you guys have been wrong. The trick was working on 0 point something. So why don't you put this integer 1 plus 0 point something and get your answer? Is it clear now? All of you, let me know. Simta, I hope you got this. Saurabh, there might be some problem at your end because you're doing well. A lot of students are happy over here. Sastrikal Rohini and good afternoon Saundarya. Rakesh, some problem at your end. Ram Kumar, negative. Please, engineers, don't take a 0 as a positive number or a negative number. Secondly, 0 is neither even. Listen to me. Some important issues. Now, important points you should remember. Important. First is 0 is neither positive nor negative. Please, engineers, don't take a 0 as a positive number or a negative number. Secondly, 0 is neither even nor odd. Yes, and engineers they take sometimes they take 0 as even number, but believe me, any category of even and odd only works for natural numbers. Okay, so natural numbers do not include zero. So there is no chance zero is even or odd, right? So believe me, actually, if you are intelligent, zero is God. See, zero is neither positive nor negative, which means, very frankly, right? God is neither a man or male or a female, huh? Zero is neither even nor odd, guys. Zero is not neither even nor odd. God is neither white nor black, huh? Try to understand, huh? So be like a zero. Throughout our life, we have been hitting zeros, huh? But now understand, zero neither positive nor negative, neither a man nor a woman, neither even nor odd, nor neither white nor black, huh? And then they say zero has a great property. Zero does not divide. Oh, brilliant! Does not divide. All numbers divide, but zero does not divide. Again, divine property, because any number x upon zero is indeterminate. Indeterminate. So understand, zero is God. And zero, when multiplied by anything, x into zero, it becomes zero. So when realize this is what you want to do, moksha, huh? Prapti. All of you, huh, guys? This is really, really important because you guys mess up. They say positive integer. See, the sound was positive integer. Some positive integers are 1, 2, 3, 4 till infinity. So 0 is not positive, guys. Is it clear now? I hope you are able to hear me, all of you, huh? Sat Sri Akal to all. Pallavi, numbers last year there were 4 or 5 questions. There were last year 4 or 5 questions, guys. Come on, you just cannot ignore it now, huh? Don't give me what is important. I know what is important, huh? My number. Though please, you can have my number plus no calling on my number and no gyan on my number. Alright, my number is 98888 5940. Only WhatsApp. I don't use any other app. WhatsApp is the way you can reach me. My number is 988885940. Only WhatsApp, guys, huh? Nothing else. I don't use Telegram and all that stuff. So now, can we proceed? Now we see, classification of natural. And this is really, really important. Classification of natural numbers. Till the time you can note down my number. This is my number. Huh? This is my number. Classification of natural numbers. The most important classification of natural number is prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Your prime numbers are those numbers that are divisible by 1 and by itself. That is what we used to do, isn't it? But now from today onwards, definition changes. Numbers having only 2 factors. Numbers having only 2 factors are prime numbers. Alright, there is no other definition like numbers divisible by 1 and by itself. No, that's not the right definition. Numbers having only 2 factors, alright, that are prime numbers. Clear? So what are composite? What are composite numbers? Composite numbers are numbers having 3 or more factors. That's it. Okay, don't say numbers that are not prime or composite. No, numbers having 3 or more factors. And there is one non-number. There is not 2 categories, right? Prime, composite, and 1. 1 is what? Neither prime nor composite. 1 is what? Neither prime nor composite. Neither prime nor composite. Then we say 1 is the third category. Why? Because 1 has only 1 factor. 1 has only 1 factor. So it is different. So how many categories are there? Prime, composite, neither prime nor composite. These are the 3 categories. Note it down. So you have my number now, huh? Vedanta, I would talk about how to go about mental ability. Don't worry. Shreyash, good afternoon. Ashwarya, good afternoon. Ravi, I hope things are clear now. Yes, Ritik, I am visible now, huh? All right. So is it clear, guys? I want to know, you guys are understanding or not? A yes or a no would make my day, huh? Can you please say a yes or a no? Are you understanding? I know it is tough being on online classes. Come on. You need to tell me. Sweetie Goyal, I just shared my contact number. Thank you, Rohan. Video is stuck somewhere. All right, I understand, guys. All right. All right, everyone is understanding, so pretty good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dehradun Center, you are one of my favorite centers. Huh? Thank you so much, guys. So makes my day. Huh? So now what exactly are prime numbers? You realize, sir, listen, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime, 7 is prime, huh? 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, guys, 29, 31, huh? 37, 41, 43, and so on, so on, so on. These are all prime numbers, but it is a huge infinite set, isn't it? Set of prime numbers. I say set of prime numbers. All right. Great, guys. Good, good. Thank you for responding. Huh? Good to see you all. Huh? So number again. Somebody missed my number. 98888 5940 is my number. You can always correspond me on this number. If you are into groups, please add me to a group. That would be more comfortable for me as well. Kshitij. Oh, Kshitij is also there. Same here, man. Long time. Huh? I've saved your number as well, Kshitij. So these are prime numbers. So prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 till infinity. Now the beauty of prime numbers is that, see, it's a huge number set, but there is only one even prime number. There is only one even prime number. All the remaining numbers are odd, huh? All the remaining numbers are odd. Yes, I would be speaking more loudly. Somebody from Kerala messaged me. All right. So there is only one even prime number. All other prime numbers are odd. And definitely, there is nothing to be imagining about this because any other even number would be a multiple of 2. So there is only one even prime number. All other numbers are odd numbers. Is it clear to all of you? And why prime numbers are important? Reason to be very specific, they are building blocks. They are building blocks of all the numbers. They are building blocks of all the numbers, and that is the reason they are really, really important. Clear, guys? They are the building blocks of all the numbers. All of you clear? So how, sir? How is it possible, sir? How do you say that? So I say any number, any natural number, I would say any natural number can be put in terms of prime numbers. Any natural number can be put in terms of prime numbers. For example, I say 48. So you realize 48. See, listen, you used to do this, isn't it? 2 times 24 and 2 times. But you eventually used to do it, put it in prime numbers, but you never realized you were putting it in terms of prime numbers because teacher used to tell you, you need to take the smallest possible number. So you used to say 48 is equal to, sir, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, which means 48 is what? 2 ki power 4 into 3 ki power 1. And you realize 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. Any number can be put in terms of prime factors. Prime factors, and that is the beauty of prime numbers, prime factors. And the method is called factorization. Remember this, guys? Method is called factorization. Clear to all? Guys, sweetie, I have given you my contact number now. Good, Manisha, Aishita, good. Ahana, I'll get back to you. Thank you so much, Kashik. Thank you so much. So we have prime numbers, and reason for prime numbers is factorization. And why factorization is important? Because it puts every number in terms of prime numbers. And why we should be doing it? Because this is one question that we have to tackle. Find number of factors of 360. Now why this question? Because this has come in state exam. And once you are doing CSAT, I wish that you should be doing each and every kind of CSAT papers that come in your way. Now 360, listen, all the factors, either do you manually count it, 1 divides 360, 2 divides 360, 3 divides 360, 4 divides it, 5 divides it, 6 divides it, 8 divides it, but listen to me, how long you're going to do it, isn't it? So there has to be a method. So remember, this is a question that we have to tackle. Find number of factors of 360. How many factors does 360 have? Alright, so what do you do? Put 360 in terms of prime numbers. Please grow up. I'm not going to make an antenna. 36 into 10, which is 6 into 6 into 2 into 5. And 6 into 6 can be written as 2 into 3. And 2 into 3 and 2 into 5. Which exactly is 2 ki power 3 into, see, 2 ki power 3, 1, 2 and 3. And 3 ki power 2 and 5 ki power 1. So now 360 can be written as 2 ki power 3 into 3 की power 2 and into 5 की power 1. So first funda, factorize. You don't need to make a mistake on this aspect, guys. Whatsoever we are doing in the class would come in paper. That is for sure. Please ask last year students. All right, but please do not miss the classes and do not ignore what we are doing in the classroom. All right, so 360 is this is the prime factorization of 360. So you put in terms of prime numbers. So I am marking those prime numbers 3, 2, 3, and 5. These are the prime numbers, and please mark their parts 3, 2, and 1. So now please listen to me. Number of factors would be 3 plus 1, the power. See this, power plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, which is 4 into 3 into 2. So you would have 24 factors of 360. Mark it please, 24 numbers that divide 360. So what do you do whensoever you have a number n, which is in terms of prime is p ki power a into q ki power b into r ki power c, then please mark the parts a, b, and c, and remember number of factors would be how much? The power plus 1, b plus 1, and c plus 1, and so on. All right, mark it somewhere. This is one question I've been expecting for a long time in CSAT. It has come long time back, but you can imagine this kind of question to come. So let me know, guys, if you're understanding, huh? Yes, now I'm trying to be very loud and clear. Good afternoon, Ravi. Yes, great to have you around, guys. Abhay, how are you? Long time. I've been missing you, Abhay, from Dehradun Center. Huh? Kshitij, Abhay, my champions, huh? All of you. Now clear, guys, huh? Say a yes or a no does make my day, huh? Manisha, I hope you're doing good. All clear, good. Hey, Rupavati, I'm going to do rational again, don't worry. Aishwarya, okay, I'm going to do rational apart, don't worry, guys, huh? Just leave it behind, I'm going to come back to that again. Till that time, this is clear or not, number of factors, this is important to me. Great, Subranil, thank you so much. Rohan, thanks, yeah, thank you so much. Yes, these online classes have been tough, isn't it? And I hope you guys are enjoying it now, huh? Good, guys, good. Aishu, thank you. So now, this is clear, I hope. Let me see my chat system as well. Yeah, Anna, don't worry. I'm going to come on that. Ritik, Anna, rest numbers will be done. Don't worry. Other than that, good afternoon, Rahul. Guys, I promise I'm going to repeat rest number. Can we just think about this? Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Makes my day. Thank you. So, so now listen. Now we know number of factors. So what kind of question can I put? Guys, just pay attention. If you think what CSAT people are doing, they are going beyond something, but it is easy but beyond a normal student. So I give you a question. I say I have a number n, which is 2 to the power 3 and 3 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 2. Suppose I have given you a number, right? So my questions to you. First question, number of factors of n. Second, number of odd factors of n. Third question, Abhay, number of even factors of n. Fourth question, number of composite factors of n. And fifth question, number of, just a minute, number of prime factors of n. Manisha, you have to give me all the answers, huh? Abhay, Manisha, Kshitij, few of my old students are also sitting. Being old means more responsible. They say with more power comes more responsibility, huh? So guys, come on, all five. And I think any of them can come for CSAT. All five, come on, give answers. Great, Ashish. Thank you so much. Someone with the name Single Queen, huh? Sir, make it little bit easy. I'm trying to make it easy. Yes, Ekta, thank you so much. Good, guys, good. Keep it up, huh? I need all the answers, huh? Come on, guys. Sorry. Abhay, from Dehradun Center, come on. Kushagra, I know you. I think we have met, huh? Yes. Oh, Mr. Chaudhary, you are back, huh? I was missing you in my foundation batch. Huh? Voice, huh? Where is Abhay? Abhay, give me your answer. Guys, I'm waiting for your answer. Come on. All of you should try it now. I've already given you the powers. I think everyone can answer. First answer can be given by everyone. I think first answer is very, very simple, sir. 3 plus 1 and 4 plus 1 and 2 plus 1, isn't it? Which is 4 into 5 into 3. 60. Come on, I think most of you should have answered it. Kshitij, wonderful. Great. Second is 15. Now I'll have to check all the answers. Ashish. Now listen to me. Whenever they ask you about odd factors, remember, listen, whenever they ask you about odd factors, there is only one even prime number. There is only one even prime number, isn't it? So rest are odd. So listen to me. Just pick up a portion. Just pick up a portion. This is the portion which will give you odd factors, right? So just pick this up. Sir, 3 की power 4 and 5 की power 2. Number of factors would be 4 plus 1 and 2 plus 1, which means 5 into 3. So number of odd factors would be 15. Because you should ignore 2 and its power. So remember, whenever they say odd factors, so important part for odd factors, ignore 2 and its powers. Clear? Ignore 2 and its powers. Clear? And number of even factors, definitely total 60 minus odd, remaining would be even. So there would be 45 even factors. There would be 45 even factors. Alright? And then number of composite and prime. Now listen to me, all of you. So whenever we are talking about prime factors, just check out the primes that were there. 2 is there, 3 is there, and 5 is there. So keep this thing in mind. Number of prime factors would be 3. So they are asking is building blocks. So 2 is a building block over here, 3 is a building block, 5 is a building block. So number of prime factors 3. Alright, number of prime factors 3. And how many composite are there? Total 60 minus prime minus 1, which is neither prime nor composite, 56. Guys, most of you have been giving me answer as 57. See, total minus prime, which is 3, and 1. 1 is what? Neither prime nor composite. Neither prime nor composite. So please, I think 56 would be there. Now let me see how many of you have given me this answer. See, now guys tell me, huh? Sabita, do not delete your answers. We don't have to find odd numbers and you have to find odd numbers. Alright, I'll get back to you, just a minute. So, Abhay, 57 nahi, Rauf, Rafi is 57 nahi, 56, huh? 56 would be there. Alright? Girish, thank you so much. Huh? Don't worry. Your CSAT paper would be sorted out. Don't worry about it. Huh? Just contact last year students. When you are with ALS, don't worry about any paper. Guys, huh? Remember that. Prime. Now listen to me. All of you are asking me the same question. First of all, most of you have got this wrong. Most of you say 57. Abhay and Rafi, isn't it? Rafi, I wanted you to give me the right answer at least. Manisha, you guys are my child. Old students, right? Old students. So now listen to me. Number of prime factors. If I give you a number n, which is 2 की power 3 into 3 की power 1 into 5 की power 3 into 7 की power 2 into 11 की power 3 into 13 की power 4. So how many prime factors are there? Sir, prime factors would be 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So prime factors. Now is it clear, guys? 6. How many prime factors are there? Prime numbers associated with the number. They are called building blocks. Alright. And please avoid R.S. Agarwal. They have given a wrong concept over here. They just add on this 3 and 1 and 3. No, prime factors. Please, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. They are prime factors. Alright. Then, there are 3 type of factors. There are 3 type of number. First is prime. Second is composite. Third is neither prime nor composite. Neither prime nor composite. Isn't it? Neither P nor C. So please understand we had to minus 1 also. Total minus prime minus neither prime nor composite would give you neither prime nor composite will give you total number of composite factors. Now you guys tell me, is it okay? Yes, for odd. All right. This one more thing. Let's talk about this. Even and odd factors. Number of odd factors we ignore, and number of even factors we. So if somebody is asking me, and that's a very genuine question. I have a number n, which is sir 2 की power 3 and 3 की power 4 and 5 की power 2, and I only ask even factors. All of you. I do not ask anything. I say how many even factors are there. Most of you are asking me this. How many even factors for n, isn't it? You are not asked for it. First of all, first thing is you can do total. minus odd, which means you can find total, which is 3 plus 1 and 4 plus 1 and 2 plus 1, and this comes out to be 4 into 5 into 3, 60, and number of odd would be 4 plus 1 and 2 plus 1, which is 15, and this is what we have done, minus it, and we have got the answer as 45. But if you don't want to do it, now listen to me, what do? Take 2 common. Now inner number is 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 4 into 5 to the power 2. Now this number inside would give you factors that would always be even